Carmela, Valentine's Day is nearly here, and you know what that means, right?
Hubba bubba.
That's right. Well, actually, it means everything.
I don't know.
Everything is turning pink.
Oh.
And so is our wine.
Nice.
Yeah, but instead of the usual boring Provence Rosé that everyone else is probably going to be drinking, we are looking to a tender underdog from the Loire Valley called Rosé d'Anjou.
Are you trying to spice things up this year?
What's funny that you say that, because this wine is all about spicing things up.
Really?
Yep.
Yay.
Hello to those of you who are wine epicurious, and welcome to the Wine Pair Podcast. I'm Joe, your sommelier of reasonably priced wine, and this is my wife and my wine pairing partner in crime, Carmela.
Hi there.
And we are the Wine Pair.
Woo.
If you're new to our podcast, here's what you can expect. If you love wine and you want to find great wines at affordable prices, and you want to expand your wine horizons, and you want to have some laughs and fun while doing it, then you're in the right place, okay? Because each week we explore a different wine varietal, style, brand, or region of the winemaking world, and we learn about what makes them worth knowing about. And then what we do is we taste 2 to 3 of those wines that are reasonably priced to let you know if they're worth your hard-earned money. So if that feels like something that makes you feel spicy, then welcome to our spicy tribe.
Wow.
Yeah, we're proud to say that Decanter Magazine calls us fun, irreverent,
Chatty.
and spicy and entertaining.
Really?
Yeah, they did this time around. Okay, the wine tribe name this week, Carmela, came from me.
You?
Yeah, which is why it was kind of lame.
Wait. Why did you submit one?
I didn't actually submit it.
Did you email yourself?
I did. I was like, hey, Joe, I'd like to be on the podcast.
Did you do an interview too?
I'm doing it right now.
Okay.
So anyway, reach out to us if you have ideas for names for our tribe that are better than mine. And trust me, anyone you come up with will be better than mine. And we'll not only use them, we'll ask you if you want to be on the podcast. There's no obligation, but you know what? We love when you are on the podcast. And by the way, Carmela, Amanda reached out to us and said she's got a tribe name, so we're going to try to get her on next week.
Awesome.
Thank you,
it's
Amanda.
It's weird to talk to yourself like that.
It is.
Or email yourself, or whatever you did.
It is. But be like Amanda. We want everybody to be like Amanda.
Right.
Send us names for the tribe, and we'll ask you if you want to be on the pod.
Should I ask you questions like why you chose it and how long you've been listening?
No.
No?
No, I don't. That'll ruin the spicy vibe that we are working on today. Okay. Carmela, today we're kind of doing part 2 of our Valentine's Day wine extravaganza. I kind of made that up. And last week we did a dessert wine, but this week we're doing more of what you may call an appetizer wine, or like you said, a wine that goes well with spicy food.
Well, I didn't say that.
Well, you
did.
didn't.
You're spicing things up.
You got the spicy though. Now,
right.
If I were to ask you what is the color of Valentine's Day, would you say pink? Is that what color you'd say? No,
I wouldn't.
No.
I'd probably say red.
Really?
I mean, I love pink, and pink is definitely in the palette, in the Valentine's Day palette, but...
If you were making baby bites for Valentine's Day, would they be pink or red?
Well, if I had to choose, they'd be red.
Red? Really? Like red? Like race car red? Or would they be kind of pink?
They'd be like heart red.
Wow.
Like, I did a bunch this week, and I did do some that were pink. Okay, so I did ones that were pink, red, and white. Mm-hmm. Then I did some just red and white and little red hearts.
Okay.
And then I did more of like a pink, so there is pink. But if I had to choose, I would choose, what would you choose pink?
Well, I would choose pink because it's kind of what the whole vibe of the day
did I
is.
just screw this all
kind
up?
of, because it's supposed to say pink because that's the color of the wine that we chose. But you know what, Carmela? I love you,
script.
and it's fine. It's fine.
Remember,
and you know what?
Remind everybody.
There's no wrong. There is a script, but you don't get it, and there's no wrong answers. We are choosing a rosé wine because it's appropriate for Valentine's Day. Anyway,
it is.
Yes.
It is. Can I backtrack?
No, it's okay. We're gonna keep moving. You know what? We always got to be moving forward, just like when you drive in Naples. You just keep moving forward.
Right.
Okay. So, but today we're gonna have a rosé wine that I don't think we've ever had before, called Rosé d'Anjou. And we're going to talk more about what Rosé d'Anjou is and what makes it so gosh darn special. But maybe let's opine for a minute or two on why rosé is a good choice for Valentine's Day, even if the color may be not perfect. And I'll note that for those of you who have listened to us for a while, you know that we were not rosé fans for a long time, but we have had a major about face in our opinion of rosé over the last several years, wouldn't you say?
True, yes.
Yeah.
Love it. I mean, we really, really enjoy it
We
now.
do. I mean, in fact, now we kind of think it has an unfairly poor reputation, but that's another story for another day. But let's talk about why rosé is a great wine for Valentine's Day.
Okay, convince me.
Okay, first, it looks pretty.
It does.
So let's get that out of the way.
Okay.
On the table, in the glass, rosé just makes things look pretty.
I agree.
Second, although it can be notoriously hard to pair with food, many rosés can pair quite well with some different types of food, in particular lighter dishes, appetizers, and fish. But again, as we've been saying, one of the forgotten pairings is sweeter rosé and spicy foods.
Okay.
Just a tangent for a minute. Let's remember that rosé is going to vary a lot based on the grape or grapes that are used. And we've said this a million times on the podcast, but rosé is a style of winemaking where red grapes are used and then the juice is left on the skins for a short period of time, usually less than 24 hours, to give it that pink color and then some tannins and some flavors. But it's quite true that not all rosés are created equal. And depending on the red wine grape that is used, the flavors can vary a ton.
True.
Now, third, we would just say, I don't know why I brought this, feels very tangential, but don't sleep on sparkling rosé.
No. Who's sleeping on that?
I would like to sleep on it sometimes.
Ooh.
Like literally, just like pour it in my bed.
Wow,
No,
please.
that would be
That's
very
really
odd.
weird.
That wouldn't make things spicy, might make things sticky.
Right.
Which is
a big mess, and that's no fun on Valentine's Day.
No, that's a whole different thing. But we think sparkling rosé is a great wine to have on Valentine's Day, or frankly, any Tuesday.
I agree.
Okay, those are just a few reasons why we think it's great for Valentine's Day. But before we talk specifically about Rosé d'Anjou, we need to stop what we're doing and head over to our news desk because we have some breaking news coming in. Wine in the news this week. Our Wine in the News this week segment comes to us from our very own great state of Washington.
Oh, wow.
In an article published by Capital Press and written by Matus Perkowski, and the headline is, Winemaker Countersues Over Pretextual Claims of Unsanitary Practices.
Oh, no.
I know.
That is not good.
And if you're curious, we do have links to an article that we used for research in our show notes. Did you know we have those?
I'm not going to even answer that.
Good enough. The short story is this. A Washington winery was accused in court of selling contaminated, bug-filled wine.
Okay, this is weird.
But instead of quietly taking the hit, they turned it right around and countersued.
Really? So they were denying it? They pled not guilty?
Not only did they plead not guilty, they sued the people that sued them.
Oh.
So here's the story.
Okay.
Because this is getting super interesting, right? The winery at the center of this is Alexandria Nicole Cellars. It's based in Prosser, Washington, and it's not a tiny operation. It's a fairly well-known estate producer. They have a broad portfolio of wines grown at their Destiny Ridge vineyard in the Horse Heaven Hills, lots of different varietals. And so this was a real wine cellar making recognizable bottles that turn up in tasting rooms and stores and restaurants, especially in the Pacific Northwest, and they had a reputation to protect. So they weren't taking it lying down.
Well, maybe I think probably they did the right thing.
Yeah, so
I know you haven't asked me that yet. It's probably one of the questions. So I better hear the whole story.
Hear the whole story. On the other side of the dispute is Carboy Winery. They are a Colorado-based producer. They've been building up reputation. They're known regionally for a diverse lineup of wine that includes things like Albarino and Cabernet Franc and all sorts of other stuff. And their tasting experience has even been ranked among the best in the nation by USA Today's Reader's Choice Awards for Colorado wine. Now, Carboy is a winery that operates like a negociant. And so what that means is they buy grapes or they buy juice from various sources and then they turn them into wine. And so Alexander Nicole Cellars was one of the places they were buying grapes from. And the dispute started when Carboy filed a lawsuit claiming that the bulk wine and grapes they purchased from Alexandria Nicole Cellars were contaminated and unfit for bottling. And the court filings included language suggesting polluted wine and unsanitary conditions and even referenced bugs. And so that's like, you're kind of stepping, like you're really making a point if you're going to bring wildlife into it.
Yeah.
Now, instead of letting that stand, Alexandria Nicole Sellers turned right back around and filed a countersuit, arguing that the contamination claims were pretextual, which means the accusations were not really about wine quality or sanitation. And according to their filing, what they're claiming is it's really about an economic dispute and that Carboy was trying to back out of a contract that they didn't want to honor anymore.
Wow. God, that's really going down low.
Yeah. Now, I did check. I'm like, have either of these companies been in trouble or had lawsuits? And it doesn't seem like it. Neither of them has been in the public like this before. So I don't know what's going to happen. The suit and the countersuit are still going on. But Carmela, here's the question.
I guess there was no refund policy on that, huh?
It
wasn't like, hey, I don't want this anymore.
Yeah.
Can I
no,
just
because they made it bad by saying that the wine was, the grape juice was contaminated.
Right.
So they couldn't take it back.
But I wonder if that was like a whole, like they're talking about, it was a scheme.
Might have been a scheme.
Yeah.
So Carmela, to the question, this is kind of the question I think you were asking yourself. Whose side do you take? The sewers or the countersuers? What do you think? I mean, not knowing anything about it, but like, did they do the right thing by countersuing? Should they have just backed off and said, try to do it like out of court or what?
There's just so many questions here. I have so many questions. I'm confused. I feel like it's plausible that could happen, that there would be bugs on grapes.
Could happen.
But in wine, in the actual wine, that's a little shady.
Yeah.
So I'm just not really sure. And I feel like if they hadn't countered, they would be toast.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, did they really have a choice?
No.
They
I feel like
didn't
they
have a choice.
had to. I mean, I have to believe that there is some funny foul play going on. But
Yeah.
I'm just guessing. I'm just completely guessing.
I'm going to see if we can find out what is happening.
We want to
It
know
could take
the
a while.
end result.
We do. If anybody knows anything more about it, let us know
Yeah,
too.
Washington State even.
I know, right in our backyard. But Carmela, we're not here to talk about bug-filled wine
No.
or lawsuits or counter lawsuits. Nope. We're here to talk about the rosé wine called Rosé d'Anjou. And we have 2 Rosé d'Anjou wines to taste and review to see if they should be on your list of wines to try, especially for a spicy Valentine's Day, which is just around the corner.
Woo!
But first,
You got to do our shameless plug.
that's right. So thank you for listening to us and supporting our show. And remember, we buy all of our own wine so that we can give you real and honest reviews. And we do all the writing and recording and editing to bring you a show every week because we love to do it. And all we ask for in return is that you please follow or subscribe to our podcast. And also please leave us a nice rating and review to help us grow our listeners. And a huge thanks to all of you who have done that already. You can follow us on Instagram at The Wine Pair Podcast, and on Blue Sky. You can contact us on our website, thewinepairpodcast.com. You can sign up for our email newsletter there, which you just missed. But if you email me at joe@thewinepairpodcast.com, I will hand deliver it to your inbox. And we also have a shop wine section where you can find the wines that we rate as buys, and you can buy them yourself. How about that?
Cool.
And we want to make content you care about and you like. So send us a DM, give us some feedback, and let us know if there's any wines you want us to try or winemaking areas of the world you're curious about, and we will take care of it. And we always respond. And some shout outs this week. We got some fun feedback on our sherry episode from folks like Adrian and Lindsay. Lindsay gave our sherry episode, he was the inspiration for that episode.
What did he think?
He gave it a 10 out of 10. He rated us
we love that.
a buy. Okay. Also to Patricia, who said she loves our banter, which is really nice. Thank you, Patricia. To Shaker, who really liked our last newsletter, and he said it was the best one yet. Got a lot of accolades, a lot of nice things from our listeners. Yeah. We got a note from a winery called Woo Girl Cellars, who sounds really fun. And they said they have a Rosé Charbonneau that they want us to try. And I said, hey, maybe we'll have you guys on the podcast. So that may come up at some point. A shout out to Denise. She reached out a couple of weeks ago, so I think I might have missed shouting her out. But Denise, that's my bad. She's interested in another virtual tasting, so we'll have to get that on the list. And to our friends at the Vintertainment podcast that we were on. We recorded it last week, but we were on it this week, so take a listen to that. Dave Baxter.
So much fun.
Dallas, our buddies, and listen to it. We had a really good time. And we
did.
talk about one of our favorite movies. Maybe we'll watch it on Valentine's Day again.
Oh my God. We could. I don't ever tire of it.
What's the movie, Carmela?
Game Night.
Yes, we love it.
Have you seen it?
I've seen it.
I know, but I'm wondering out there. We want to find out because it is.
Maybe for our next wine tasting, virtual wine tasting, we'll do wine tasting and watch game night
just
together.
Watch a movie together.
That would be kind of fun.
That would be really fun. Oh my God. I wonder if people would stick it out.
I don't know. I don't know if I would stick it out, but I'd be willing to try it. Okay, and as we do every week, we'll tell you someone we think you should recommend the Wine Pair podcast to, because frankly, that's the best way for us to grow listeners, when you tell your family and friends about us. And this week, we want you to recommend us to anyone who's looking for a wine to spice things up for Valentine's Day, especially if they're going to serve some spicy food, and especially if you or they have someone in their life who loves rosé, because maybe they need to be turned on to not just their significant other, but Rosé d'Anjou.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That might just do the trick, though.
It might. Mm-hmm. Okay, Carmela, it's time to discuss just what the Rosé d'Anjou is.
I don't know if I'd go down that road.
You wouldn't?
No, not like on Valentine's Day.
Just what?
Using that type of language.
Oh, you don't think swearing is appropriate on Valentine's Day?
Do you want to know what the is? I just think it's no.
I did bleep that out, but Carmela actually didn't say the word, so just so you guys know. No. Now, as you may have guessed, Rosé d'Anjou is a rosé wine made in the Anjou region of France, which is in western France in the lower Loire Valley. And so this is going to sound obvious to some and not obvious to others, but Rosé d'Anjou can only come from Anjou. Otherwise, it's rosé from somewhere else, or just rosé made from the same grapes. And Anjou is not a grape. So
it's a pear.
No, it is a pear. There is an Anjou pear.
That's the first thing that came to mind.
I like the way you kind of halted for a minute before you finished it, because you were like, should I say this or not? Is he going to kill me? I don't know.
Is he going to give me the evil eye?
No,
he doesn't.
I didn't. But we're going to talk about the grape, not the pear.
He kicked me under the table.
No, I didn't. No, I did not.
No, he didn't.
No, right under the folding table. Anyway.
Everything would fall off.
It would just blow. Okay. Now, they've been making wine in the Anjou region of France for a real long time. Like since at least the 1st century AD. Or do you say CE?
Wait.
CE, AD, they're the same thing.
Really?
Sometimes just people want to say common era. It doesn't matter.
I just know one's before Jesus was born and one's after.
You're right.
Okay.
But if you're not familiar with the Anjou region of France, it lies between the regions of Brittany and Normandy. It's west and a bit south of Paris. And for history nerds, it is the birthplace of the Plantagenet royal family that ruled England for about 300 years and included famous kings that Shakespeare wrote about, like Henry V and Richard III. So put that in your brain box and take it out when you want to crush somebody with knowledge.
Right. I mean, that's like a two-fer or a three-fer.
It is.
I mean, it's not just like a wine fact. I mean, there's a lot going on.
Shakespeare, royalty.
Yeah, people will just be like, oh, you could try that on Valentine's Day. I mean, not you. You don't need to try that. But like somebody who's like meeting somebody you've already done it.
Do you think it's kind of sexy?
Well, I think
our first date was a Shakespeare play.
It was. It really was. You guys.
Such a dork.
No, but I do. Yeah. If you want to come off as like smart, that would be a good brain box file to pull out.
Exactly. And people would be like, oh my gosh, this guy.
I mean, I know you're all smart up there, but.
Right. But this will make you look extra smart.
Right.
Okay, back to the wine. Although Rosé d'Anjou is a relatively young wine in this old winemaking area of the world, after the phylloxera plague in the 19th century, which wiped out a lot of grapes, winemakers in the area started to look for alternatives to Chenin Blanc, which had been really impacted by this plague. And one of the grapes that they turned to was Grolleau. I can hardly say it. It's Grolleau, Grolleau.
Oh, Grolleau.
Yeah, that's right. And it's a core grape in Rosé d'Anjou. And because it's a very reliable grape that had high yield, or in other words, made a lot of grapes, they like to use it. And yes, Grolleau is Grolleau Noir. It's a red grape because, again, red grapes are where rosé comes from. Don't forget that. Mm-hmm. Now, high yield, we've talked about this a lot, often doesn't equate to high quality, and the grapes that were grown often made pretty tart wines. So to counteract that, they started making more rosé wines rather than red wines with the grape, where the acidity could be balanced with sweetness. So yes, Rosé d'Anjou is a rosé that lives on the sweet side of the block. It's sometimes called a tender rosé, making it also appropriate for Valentine's Day.
That.
And some people love that style and some people don't. Grolleau is a relatively new grape. Again, it was first recognized in the 1800s, and the AOC for Rosé d'Anjou was officially recognized in 1957. So it's also a relatively new AOC in France. And the wines that have been designated in that region have to be still rosé wines, not sparkling. And despite the fact that you may not have heard about the wine, Rosé d'Anjou is actually very popular and very important, not just in Anjou, but in all of France. And by the late 1980s, actually 55% of the wine in Anjou was Rosé d'Anjou. But that has actually changed a little bit. And there's been a shift in focus to a more quote-unquote serious wine in the region that's called Cabernet d'Anjou, which is made from Cabernet Franc and Cabernet Sauvignon. But anyway, in 2009, because of some flagging sales and a less than stellar reputation where Rosé d'Anjou was starting to become kind of uncool, there was a move to improve the quality of the wine. So to do that, this is kind of interesting. They introduced a technique to reduce the level of water in the juice that was coming from the grapes because there was a concern that the wine was just getting too watered down by its own grape juice, kind of thinning out a little bit. So they used a technique called reverse osmosis, where they can remove some of the water from the grape juice, creating more concentrate, like it's a more concentrated juice. In order to get this approved, though, they had to prove to the French government that the technique would not ruin the wine or make it into a different wine. They were able to get it approved, and since 2017, winemakers can use this technique. But the restriction is that they can only remove a maximum of 10% of the water volume. So they can remove some of it, but they can't remove too much. Now, for those of you who are aspiring wine nerds, you may be curious about how they typically make the rosé in the region because there are several ways to make rosé. In general, Rosé d'Anjou is made using short maceration, which sounds dirty, but it's not.
No, it doesn't.
This basically means that the juice is squeezed from the grapes and then the juice is left on the skins for 12 to 24 hours to give it color and flavor. And this is done because the grape skins in Grolleau tend to be a light pigment. However, there may be Rosé d'Anjou that you find using either the direct press method or the Sailly method, but those are going to be less frequent. Now, some call Rosé d'Anjou an underdog wine. And that's because it's fighting against the Provence Rosé craze.
Sure.
Now, if you don't know, most of the big rosés on the market are made in the Provence style or actually come from Provence.
Wow, and setting the bar so high.
Well, I don't know. I don't think it's setting the bar high. I think what it is, it's kind of like Cabernet Sauvignon. I think it's just kind of setting...
Popular.
Yeah, it's popular. It kind of becomes the expected flavor. Now, these are the rosés that many people think are what rosé is, and I always find that a little bit frustrating because what matters is the grapes. But if you know wines like Whispering Angel, Miraval, which was the one that Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie started, or Gerard Bertrand, that's the one with the glass bottle and a kind of a rose-shaped base, or
so
Kirkland, or Costco's Kirkland Rosé. Those are Provence rosés. So that is why Rosé d'Anjou is considered an underdog, because it has to fight against those well-known rosés.
I like an underdog.
Yeah, I do too.
I mean, I chose you. No, you're not an underdog.
I thought you were going to talk about our dog, which was kind of an underdog.
He was too.
Yeah, he was. Another reason that Rosé d'Anjou is an underdog is it's fighting against the dry movement. So remember I said it was tender or kind of sweet. And so, a lot of people are moving away from like sweeter, sugary wines.
True.
But it's still, even though it's an underdog, it's still a relatively big player in French wine in the Loire, as we said. They make about 15 million bottles of the wine a year. So it's no slouch. Now, the question may be from you, Carmela, is if we're not super into sweeter wines, we tend to focus on dry wines. Why are we reviewing Rosé d'Anjou?
Because we're opening our minds.
That is exactly right.
That's what we like to do.
We think it's important to learn about different wines.
Right, and we're doing a little homework for our people out there.
Because some people like sweeter wines.
And if we, how we respond to it, it's how you respond, first of all. But how we respond to it, people may choose to try it because they'll say, hey, this is, something that we will like because they didn't. Or, the other way around.
Exactly.
So just a little homework.
So we think it's important just to learn.
Right.
The second reason why it's kind of fun to learn about is it's made with unique grapes for a rosé. In fact, I can't pronounce it, but that grape, Grolleau, is rare. Like, you don't hear about it. It's not really grown outside of Anjou.
It's too hard to say.
Exactly. That's why I can hardly say it. Now, it is the dominant grape in Rosé d'Anjou, but what's also interesting, and this is kind of rare too in some of these regions, there aren't actually any specific rules on what the blend has to be. So that's kind of different.
Yeah, no percentages?
No. They can also use Cabernet Franc. They can use Cabernet Sauvignon. They can use Gamay. They can use Côte, which is known as Malbec in the rest of the world, and Pinot d'Agny. And so that fact alone, the fact that you can use a lot of red wine grapes is kind of cool.
Yeah.
And the third reason is that it is a French rosé that often clocks in at a lower price point than Provence Rosé.
Ding, 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 ding.
So
ding,
buy
ding,
the
ding,
underdog.
That's
right?
a winner.
You get more bang for your buck, which is what we like to talk about on the pod.
Right.
I've been calling it a pod. I used to say podcast all the time because that's in the title.
Wait, is that like the new word to say?
No, it's not. It's like, it's nerdy.
I think people say the pod. I've heard that.
Yeah, but I don't usually say it, but now I'm trying to be cool.
I was going to say, you're stepping it up.
Oh,
the cool kids now.
Yeah, I guess so.
Huh.
And again, we've said this about 47,000 times, but if you like hot and spicy foods, like a slightly sweet rosé, like Rosé d'Anjou, is a great, great combination. And of course, while it may be a cliche, a rosé is a fun wine to have on Valentine's Day. So maybe you really try and spice things up with your sweetie and bring a Rosé d'Anjou.
I think so.
Maybe make things a little steamy. Maybe your food will be steamy and maybe your night will be steamy.
Hey, this is getting, again, a little weird.
A little weird.
No.
Should we talk about the wines that we chose for this episode?
Yes.
Okay, all right, let's do that because you're ready to get on.
No.
Okay, get it on. No, okay. As usual, the wines we have chosen for this episode are under $25, and both of them should be relatively easy to find because I bought them both at Total Wine. So a big thank you to Hassini for that.
Nice. Thank you.
Yes, and these were in the special rosé section that Total Wine, at least the one near us, has, which I find a little bit disturbing.
Tell me why.
Well, I just think that they should be in the regional section or the varietal section, not in a rosé section, because this is part of my problem is that people are like, oh, rosé is a wine, a specific wine. And it's not. It's a style.
Right. I mean, I get that, but I can, in some ways, like, I see what you're saying. I think that's the right thing to do.
For nerds, that's
the right thing to do. But some people, the everyday folk,
normal people.
Yeah, I mean, it's not terrible to have it all in one spot.
No,
they're going to be.
They don't care.
But people might really believe in what you're saying. So I'm neither here nor there.
Yeah. I mean, look, frankly, I'm a dork. All right.
No, you're not.
It's okay.
You've accepted.
I've accepted that I'm a dork. Okay. Now, you should be able to find Rosé d'Anjou at any wine shop that has a really strong rosé section or that specializes in French wine. I don't think you're going to find it in the grocery store, but you're going to be able to find it in a place that has a lot of rosé and French wines. And again, just go to your local wine merchant, become friends with them, and they'll be happy to find it for you. The first wine we're going to drink today is the 2024 LaCheteau Soupçon des Fruits Rosés d'Anjou. And this one comes in kind of a festive cut glass bottle that I think you're going to like, Carmela. This one is interesting because the website for the producer of this wine lists it as a dry wine, not an off-dry wine, and it's 12% alcohol, which is higher in alcohol than I would expect for an off-dry wine. So we'll see what we think about the sweetness. Because sometimes wines can taste a little sweet, even if they don't have a lot of residual sugar. Sometimes people find that with white wines and champagnes and those kinds of things. In general, we should usually expect an off-dry wine to be less than 12% alcohol. And while that's not a hard and fast rule, lower alcohol wines tend to be on the sweeter side because not all of the sugar has turned into alcohol. But of course, Naomi taught us that you can be high in alcohol and also really high in sugar. So that's why it's not a hard and fast rule. Anyway, the wine is made with a blend of Grolleau Rouge, 60% of that, 10% of Gamay, and 30% of Cabernet Franc. Carmela laughs every time I say it. And one wine website I found said that the wine is fermented or vinified in stainless steel. But there wasn't really a ton of other information I could find out about this wine. The producer is LaCheteau, which is a family business. It was started by a man named André LaCheteau in 1987, and he runs the winery with his wife and son. So that's kind of nice, yeah. And then the name Soupçon de Fruit means hint or touch of fruit. And it's sometimes used in describing wines that are lightly or subtly fruity. not super fruity.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah. So let's move on to our second wine, which is the 2024 Famille Bougrier Rose d'Anjou. I'm having trouble with my pronunciation tonight.
You're doing a great job.
Now, thank you so much. I couldn't find a ton out about this wine either, but the one thing that stood out to me is that it's only 10.5% alcohol.
Ah, much different.
Yeah, so based on that, my expectation is that it should be an off-dry or semi-sweet wine. But I'll note that several sites that I looked at listed its residual sugar at only 1.7 grams. If you remember back to Mayomi, they're like 18 grams.
Oof.
So 1.7 grams is actually pretty low.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
Yeah. Now, another website said the wine is required to have 7 grams per liter of residual sugar. So just color me confused. I don't know what to make of it. This wine is 50% Grolleau and 50% Gamay. And I know that because it's on the bottle.
Nice.
Now, the funny thing is I was able to find the website for the winemaker, Famille Bougrier, Bougrer. But on their website, they didn't list this wine.
Weird.
I know, made me a little bit sus, a little skep. So I don't know what to make of that. Now, Bougrier is also a family-owned winery. They've been making wine in the Loire Valley since 1885. And their current winemaker is Noël Bougrier, she laughed at me, who took on those responsibilities in 1988 and is a fifth-generation Bougrier. And it's also a screw cap.
Woo!
So we like that. One website said the wine is vegan. If that's important to you, that's a good thing to know. And I also found on one website that they make the wine via gentle pressing and a short maceration period. You know, some people just don't like to macerate that long. Anyway, this is a bit of a PSA, but Rosé d'Anjou should be served chilled. So following the 2020 rule, I actually pulled it out of the fridge about 20 minutes before we were going to drink it, which is what you should do, just pull it out. Anyway, but that's about all I got. So, Carmela, let's get to drinking.
I'm just not commenting anymore.
She's so disgusted with me. Let's just say things are not spicy right now, except her look at me, which is one of disgust. Anyway, we're going to take a break, but if you have a rosé, or even better, a rosé d'Anjou, or an Anjou pear,
just pull it out.
Pull it out of the fridge, and we'll be right back. Okay, we're back and we're ready to try our first wine. This is the LaCheteau Soupçon Fruit Rosé d'Anjou. It's from Loire, France. It's a 2024 vintage. It was $15.99 at Total Wine, so not expensive. 12% alcohol. Oh, I got to say the name of the grape again. Grolleau Rouge, 60%. 10% Gamay, 30% Cabernet Franc. I couldn't find a professional rating, but Vivino actually had a 4.0 on it, which is kind of high. What's the color?
Oh, it's pretty. I mean, it's very pink, but it's pale. I mean, it's not like, it's also a more natural pink.
It is,
It doesn't look, sometimes even wines can have this artificial pink look. I would say it's sort of coral, maybe?
Yeah, you know what? I was thinking coral, exactly. Yeah. Or, like a pink rose petal.
Yeah, it's really pretty. Can we talk about the bottle too?
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, I said you were going to like the bottle, and you like it.
So pretty. I mean, it's just like it is. It's a great gift. It's a great.
Tell them what it looks like.
Well, it's almost like a basket weaving on the glass.
It's kind of a cut glass, but looks like basket.
Right.
Yeah,
and it's a very pretty shape. It's just kind of like long, and it's cut. Beautiful little label with all these pretty pink flowers. I mean, this would even be a fun Galentines bottle to have.
And like a lot of these rosé wines, it's a clear bottle too. It's not a colored bottle, it's clear.
Which I think rosé wines should always be clear. Aren't they for the most part?
They often are.
Yeah.
They often are. Yeah.
You got to see it.
I agree. Okay, but speaking of seeing it, let's smell it. It's super light.
Yeah,
super light. I feel like I'm getting a little bit of strawberry and a little bit of like watermelon.
I was going to say melon too. Almost even, I mean, I'm kind of getting honeydew, a little bit of honeydew on it. But strawberry, I like that too. It's kind of like a watermelon candy.
For sure. It smells like a Jolly Rancher watermelon candy to me.
Yeah. It's a little creamy.
Mm-hmm.
Just light, like a light cream, almost like a strawberry cheesecake.
Or I was gonna say like a strawberry sherbet, like a something kind of
sherbet.
Like a strawberry milkshake almost. Mm-hmm. You like my milkshake? God, I don't.
Wait.
I don't.
I think that one's cut out.
All right, I'm curious to taste it. Should we just taste it?
it?
I mean, it's not a ton going on. It's very pretty smelling.
Yes, but it almost looks like sherbet.
It does. I was going to say, maybe it's got a little rose on it, too.
Oh,
just a little, like flowers or rose.
Okay,
let's taste it.
It is sweet.
You think it's really sweet?
Mm-hmm. I do. It's kind of rosy tasting, too.
It does taste a little like rose. I find it has tannins, though. It's got some residual kind of candy sugar. You're right. Now that you talked about that, it almost does have that like I sucked on a candy. Oh, God.
Kind of. This is not like, this is going to, oh, sorry. Were you not finished?
No. Like a cream saver. We've talked about that. They don't make them anymore, but those cream saver lifesavers, they were kind of like cream and strawberry.
Oh, yeah. That is really good, Joe. I like that. But I also think, this is going to I hope this doesn't turn people off, but it's kind of like a fun dip.
Yeah. That sweetness.
Yeah, a little bit. But it's not a heavy sweetness like that.
Not.
But it does have kind of a light candy I feel like it does taste strawberry.
Strawberry.
Yes.
Strawberry candy.
Strawberry candy. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Or like strawberries and cream. It does have, you were smelling creaminess.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like the mouthfeel is kind of creamy, and that probably comes from some of the viscosity of the sugar.
Do you think any of the critics said anything about Fun Dip when they were?
I doubt Fun Dip.
You don't think so? Or
cream saver. I don't think that made it.
I wonder.
There is something a little bit apple-y or pear on it. Maybe it's just because we're talking about Anjou pears, but kind of feel like it does have there's some orchard fruit to it. Mm-hmm. And actually maybe even a little bit of orange cream.
I think so.
Like a little bit of like clementines.
Ooh.
You know what I mean?
Yep. And back to the whole cream and ice cream and that whole thing. Kind of like the half orange, half vanilla
sherbet.
Cups.
The sherbet.
Oh, is that sherbet? Mm-hmm. Oh. Yeah. There is something a little orange creams or like an orange Julius. Mm-hmm. Our son and I had a big talk about Orange Julius.
Because he was like, did you guys have smoothies? And we're like, well, we had Orange Julius.
Yeah.
And then you said, first of all, what's Julius? And second of all, where did they go?
I don't know.
Where did they go?
I don't know. But yeah, back in the day, there was no such thing as a smoothie.
They were all over the place.
Yeah. I'm talking like 40 years ago, people. I'm giving my age away.
That's when she was born.
Right. The day I was born, there was no smoothies around.
Nope. Okay. I want to talk about foods to pair with this, but are you kind of, because I'm actually enjoying this more than I thought I would, even though I don't love a sweet wine, but there's something about it I like. Mm-hmm. What are you, just currently, what are you kind of like vibing on?
I feel like this is a kind of a standalone too. Like you could cocktail this.
Totally.
For sure.
This is a Galentine.
Yes.
Like you have this before dinner, like everybody's happy.
Right.
Ooh, I want more.
It could be a little bit dangerous because it's kind of high alcohol for this, right?
Yeah, it's 12%, higher than I would expect.
And it goes down very easily.
It does.
So be careful if you're on a date night.
And when it's cold, it's like really nice.
Yeah. So I think this could very much be a standalone. Let's have a drink. Let's have a glass of wine. Mm-hmm. Get a little loose in the lower.
Nope. That's totally down a different path. Okay, let's talk about the food.
See your influence on me?
That's not my fault.
I've always said people, because you got to really know Joe, and I know you all do know Joe.
Me, you know me.
But he created a monster.
She was a very sweet person.
Yeah, and I really was like, wow. I just started taking hints from him one day. And sometimes if I I'm fast on my feet, which I'm really not, but if I'm fast, on the treadmill. No, but I'm not as witty. And sometimes I'm like, he'll look at me like, whoa, where did you get that? And I'm like, you created a monster.
And you know what? All you have to do is be kind of a jerk, and it works great. Okay, let's talk about the food to pair with this LaCheteau Soupçon de fruits de Rosés d'Anjou.
Okay, so I do feel like, I think you could do a lot with it. I think it would be good with spicy food. Mm-hmm. I think with fried food, I think you could do a really nice board with this, a cheese board, something. I just feel like that would be fun for a date night or a Galentine's night, having a nice board full of cheeses and meats and veg and dips. And I think this would be really good.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think so too. I can't get out of my head like a spring or summer salad. One of those salads with fruit in it, whether it's dried cranberries or apples or oranges or strawberries, and a little bit of maybe feta cheese or goat cheese. And maybe even a beet salad with some goat cheese. We had that the other night at the restaurant. It was goat cheese and orange, and
that was delicious.
And beets.
Right.
It would go great with
that. That would. And a nice slab of focaccia bread.
Yeah. I think so. Like, this is not going to stand up to thick sauces.
No.
It's not a pasta wine. I think it's kind of, I think charcuterie.
Like finger
foods.
Yes.
Sandwiches. I think you could do like light sandwiches. It'd be really good.
Yeah, like you're having a tea party.
Cucumber sandwich would actually be really nice.
A rosé would be great for a tea party
for
too.
Children.
For
a children's tea party.
No.
It's lemonade, kids.
Do people have tea parties anymore?
It's pink lemonade.
Oh, man.
Well, kids have them. We had that tea place not so far away.
I know. No, I'm just saying, like,
Mary.
I just threw that out. Maybe people are like, wow, who has a tea party anymore? No.
I think in England, they still have tea parties.
For sure.
In Australia.
But, like, this would be nice for, like, brunch.
It would be a great brunch wine.
I think it would.
All right, we're going to rate this wine. As a reminder on our rating scale, we rate on a scale of 1 to 10. We don't give half points. 7 and above means we're going to buy it. 4 and below means we're pouring that down the sink. 5 or 6 means thank you for serving it. We're going to drink it, but we're not going to buy it. So, Carmela, what are you going to give LaCheteau?
I'm going to give it a 7. And I'm giving it kind of like on the well-roundedness, like the look of the bottle, the label. I mean, I just think it's a great gift, the appearance, the presentation, the color of the wine. I just think, and the taste, and it tastes good. Like, I do think, so I'm kind of like, I just think I'm looking at the big picture.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely going to buy it. 7.
7. I'll tell you what, I'm going to give it a 7 as well. And I'm actually surprised. I really did not expect that I was going to like this wine. I don't think I could drink a ton of it. Like, I don't think it's something I'd have more than a glass of because it's pretty sweet. It would taste good with certain foods. I'm not going to have it through the meal. But you know, it's a nice wine. It's very pleasant. And I'm enjoying it. So I'm giving it I did not expect to, but I'm giving it a 7. Go ahead.
Let me ask you something. Would you throw an ice cube in this?
You know what's funny you said that? I think you could put an ice cube in this wine. I think
you could.
And in fact, because of the sugariness, it might help tamp it down a little bit.
That's what I'm kind of imagining. I don't normally do that, but I have no judgment.
If your 75, 80-year-old aunt wants to put ice in her rosé, let her do it.
And you want to 25 whatevs.
Yeah.
Thinking it might not be bad.
I agree. Okay. We're going to take a break and we're going to try our last wine.
Okay.
Okay, we're back and we're ready to try our second wine. This is the Famille Bougrier Rosé d'Anjou from Loire, France. Also a 2024 vintage, only $13.99 at Total Wine. 10.5% alcohol, 50% Grolleau, 50% Gamay. Vivino gave it a 3.9. But Carmela, let's talk about the color because the color is so light.
It's very light.
I was saying it was almost like a taffy pink, like it's pink and white. You know, like it's very light.
Yes, it's pretty. Like actually, like it would be a pretty wall color.
It's so light,
It's really light. It's almost like you went wine tasting and they forgot to give you a new glass after having red wine.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like a hue of pink.
Yeah.
Okay, let's smell it and see what we think.
Okay. Definitely doesn't have the same sweetness on it from the get-go.
But it's very, again, strawberry and watermelon-y.
I'm getting a little more like pear, though, too, on this one. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm also smelling taffy. I don't know if it's in my head now, but like a taffy or something. You remember we used to make taffy with the children?
You did. Mm-hmm. That was really fun.
It was really fun. Mm-hmm. But it's got a sort of sweet candy, taffy kind of smell. Mm-hmm. I'm getting a little citrus, too. I'm getting some citrus, almost like a pink lemonade kind of smell.
I'm getting a little saline, too, I think.
Okay. Yeah, I like the saline. I like the salt
touch,
water.
Yeah.
No, seawater.
Yeah, exactly. A little, like shell, like seashell.
Oh, I like that a lot. Yeah, that shell. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, let's taste it and see what we think.
Okay.
It tastes like a pink lemonade to me.
Ooh, it's pretty good. Again, both these wines are like kind of juicy.
Yeah.
In the sense that they just are easy drinking.
They are. This one tastes sweeter to me for some reason. And also, I just can't get out of my head like a pink lemonade.
Yeah, pink lemonade is really good.
It's sugary. You know, when you made it as a kid out of a mix, mix. Mm-hmm. And it just had that like really strong kind of sugary sweetness to it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm tasting, that sugariness.
I'm getting a little like kiwi on it too.
Oh, I like that.
Do you like kiwi?
I'm not a big kiwi fan.
Yeah. There's
It's kind of funny.
Because it's a little bit of tang on this, a little tangy.
It's funny you bring that up because I also don't eat a lot of strawberries, but I love strawberry flavored things.
I know. You'll have a strawberry shake.
I love them. But like this week, I had a yogurt with some strawberries on it, and I didn't eat like half of them because I'm like, I don't know if I should. They just freaked me out. I don't know why.
Weird.
I'm weird. This one I'm finding you remember when you said fun dip? Mm-hmm. This one to me is even more fun dip. It's super sugary. It's like pixie, those pixie stick sugars. It's like it's too sweet for me.
I think so. And the funny thing is it didn't smell as sweet.
It did not. It didn't have that same like kind of creaminess. It's actually not as creamy in the mouth. It's actually a thinner wine.
Yum.
And it doesn't, the last one had some tannin on it. And this one doesn't, I mean, maybe a little bit, but.
This is like a Capri Sun.
It's a fruit juice.
Yeah.
It tastes like a fruit juice. I think that's a really good, you know what? That's a great call because sometimes those do have that sugary bite to them.
Right. I'm just surprised by the taste of it compared to what we are smelling.
Yeah. I kind of feel like this is going to sound horrible. So think about this on Valentine's Day. I feel like it's going to give me bad breath. You know,
a little lingering.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a bad tummy ache.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, let's talk about food we might pair with this one. This is a hard one. I kind of think it's just a sipping wine.
I think so. And I really don't think you can have too much of it. If you're not like a big sweet wine
If you like sweet wine, you probably would dig it.
Yeah. But this could be too much after.
I feel like I'm getting a headache.
Oh,
like a sugar wine.
You don't want a headache. Is that your excuse, your Valentine's Eve excuse?
Hey,
I got a
babe.
headache.
Let's keep the maceration short because I got a headache. All right. Anyway, no, but what were we talking about? I've lost my train of thought.
What to eat with this?
Well, I mean, really, honestly, I can't think of a ton of things I eat with it. I guess
potato chips,
maybe potatoes.
Yeah, I feel like
starchy. You want starchy.
Yeah, because I feel like it needs a little absorption.
Maybe like if you had raw vegetables and a really thick like blue cheese dressing, you could like do that. You know?
That would be interesting.
So like I think something creamy, like a creamy dressing.
Yeah. Back to your salad idea. I think you could do like crumbled blue cheese.
But I think you want a creamy dressing. I don't think you want an oil and vinegar dressing.
No, I was saying, then or even like a wedge salad. A wedge salad might be really good with this because that is salty and it's definitely, it's got that brininess of cheese. That might be what you need to cut this sweetness. You know what I could see, because it's kind of sweet, maybe a croissant, like a croissant sandwich or something, because croissants are a little flaky and buttery and sweet, and you get a little ham and Gruyere or something. Yeah, and it's just funny because I'm thinking our tasting notes, not a ton of fruit on it really. It's just kind of sweet. Yeah. Almost a little artificial. I'm totally with you. I think it's very sweet. Okay, well, what rating would you give this wine? Oh, I probably am going to, I might be being a little harsh, but I think I'm going to give it a 5. That's funny. I'm giving it a 5 too. And I was actually thinking maybe I'm being too nice giving it a 5, but I'm definitely giving it a 5. It's fine. I would drink it, but I wouldn't have more. I just don't, I don't know if I could get through a glass of wine though. So pretty easy what we're going to finish tonight. Yeah. The LaCheteau. Yep. And again, for lots of reasons. We're not going to finish it. I don't think I could have more than a glass or so. No. Anyway. Yeah. These are definitely a special occasion. Totally. I mean, we always talk about rosé on any night of the week, sparkling on any night of the week, but this I feel like would be kind of a gift. Maybe you want to bring a bottle for 6 people. Yeah. I think that's right. And you just kind of get a little sip. You're just sipping it and enjoying it and having fun and talking. Yeah. Okay, let's talk about the taste profiles expected from Rosé d'Anjou. On the nose, strawberry, raspberry, red currant, cherry, warm strawberry rhubarb preserves. Oh, okay. That's interesting. Watermelon, rose petals, white pepper, and mint. I wasn't getting the white pepper or the mint, but we said watermelon and rose petals. Medium body with some viscosity, citrus, pink grapefruit, tangerine, kiwi, apricot, sometimes red candy, or English sweets. Okay, English sweets are that kind of pixie stick kind of sweetness. Oh, yeah. They're like Necco wafers, but they're sweeter. Yeah, that's exactly. Okay, LaCheteau, the winery says on the nose and then on the palate, it offers a whole bouquet of ripe fruits, black currant, cherry, red currant, strawberry, and a floral finish. Light and thirst quenching. Thirst quenching. Wow. Supple and flowing. Okay. Sfinando.
quite powerful and elegant with notes of red fruits, floral, reminiscent of grenadine, which is a pomegranate liqueur. Flexible, fresh attack, good balance in the mouth. Floral and fruity notes. Okay. The Famille Bougrier, the winery says, this crisp, refreshing blush hails from France's best terroir.
Blush, I like that.
Yep, it is a blush. Fresh strawberry and raspberry notes, ideal for warm days on the patio. A wine you can pair with almost everything. Oh. No, I don't think so. Mm-mm. Or enjoy as an aperitif. I think it is an aperitif. Yeah. A website called City Drinks says this elegant wine offers a delightful medley of red berry flavors, strawberries, raspberries, and a touch of watermelon with a subtle hint of citrus zest. So I think I was getting that pink lemonade.
I like
so that's where the citrus zest comes in. Mm-hmm. What's your verdict on Rosé d'Anjou?
Well, I do. Again, like that first one was a great option, especially for like a Valentine's Day.
It looks right. Mm-hmm. It's pretty. The glass,
fits the bill.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
And it's a fun wine to drink. And I think if you were having spicy foods, I think you could have many more foods with that wine.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I don't know if it's going to be a go-to rosé for us.
No, for Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day.
Or Galentines Day.
Or Galentine's Day.
Or Galentines Day.
Wow.
That's what the guys do.
I like it.
Watch football.
Well, football's over.
I know.
Not yet, but it will be. We got a big weekend, people.
Go Hawks.
Woo.
Okay, wines coming up in future episodes in case you want to drink along with us. We're doing white Bordeaux. We're going to do a sparkling Riesling, a Valpolicella Ripasso, some Lebanese wines, Pet Nat, German Riesling, and Zino Mavro. If you want to know the exact wines, vintages, links, all that kind of stuff, you can find them in our show notes. Please check them out. But with that, it's time for us to go. But before we do, Carmela, we want to thank everyone very much for listening to us. And if you haven't done so yet, now would be a really good time to follow or subscribe to our podcast and then go and leave us a 5-star rating and review because we really like that and that helps us grow listeners and we appreciate you guys for doing that. We also love to hear from you. Tell us about wines you want us to taste and review or, wine areas of the world you're curious about. You can leave us a message on our website, thewinepairpodcast.com. And you can always email me at joe@thewinepairpodcast.com. And you can always DM us on Instagram. We always respond and we love to hear from you. But with that, we're going to sign off. So thank you once again. We'll see you next time. And as we like to say, life is short, so stop drinking shitty wine. Bye-bye.
Bye.
And the happy ending at the end of our story. Always think too much. Always drink too much. Always drink too much. Always drink too much. And when I'm with you too much, I fall in love too much. And when I'm away too much,